He didn't hide in the woods. He didn't live in the shadows. John Wayne Gacy lived next door. While neighbors slept peacefully, he killed 33 young men and buried them beneath his own house. For years, no one noticed, until one winter night, police opened the door and uncovered a nightmare buried in concrete. This is not a story about a monster. It's a story about how evil hides in plain sight.
This is John Wayne Gacy. He looked like an ordinary man. He lived in a quiet neighborhood where families felt safe. He smiled at neighbors and blended in without effort. Nothing about him raised suspicion, and that's exactly how he wanted it. Gacy ran a construction business and hired young men to work for him. Parents trusted him with their sons. Neighbors respected him as responsible and reliable. To everyone around him, he was a man who seemed safe. No one imagined that this trust would be used against them. Sometimes, Gacy dressed as a clown at community events. He laughed, joked, and entertained children. People saw him as friendly and harmless, but the smile was only a mask. Behind it, something dark was hiding. Then young men began disappearing, quietly, one after another. Families searched for answers, but there were no witnesses and no clear leads. At first, no one realized these disappearances were connected. Gacy's house looked normal from the outside, just another home on a quiet street. People passed by it every day without a second thought. No one suspected that beneath that house, a terrible secret was being hidden. Eventually, police began to notice patterns they couldn't ignore. The same names kept appearing. The same places kept repeating. And one man kept coming up in the background. John Wayne Gacy. On a cold winter night, police finally came to John Wayne Gacy's home. He remained calm as officers surrounded the house. To them, this was just another arrest. They had no idea what waited beneath their feet. With Gacy in custody, investigators returned to the house. At first, everything looked normal, but the smell coming from beneath the floor raised immediate concern. Police knew this was no ordinary crime scene. As officers dug beneath the house, the truth began to surface. What they uncovered was beyond anything they expected. One victim, then another, and another. The scale of the crime kept growing. In total, police discovered the remains of 33 young men. Most had been buried beneath Gacy's home. Others were discarded elsewhere. It became one of the most horrifying cases in American history. John Wayne Gacy was brought to trial. The evidence was overwhelming. Survivors testified. Families demanded justice. The man who once smiled at neighbors now faced the truth. Gacy was found guilty and sentenced to death. The man who hid behind smiles and trust was finally exposed. But the damage he caused could never be undone. John Wayne Gacy's story is not just about crime. It is a warning. Evil does not always look dangerous. Sometimes it looks familiar. Here is how John Wayne Gacy looks in real life.